Question number 101, Sri Kalanidhi Veeraswamy. माननीय मंत्री जी.
Sir, a statement is laid on the table of the House.
Honorable member.
Sir, the country has a problem where there is unemployment and huge amount of income disparities, sir. We talk about below poverty line families where the total income of a family is only around 30,000 rupees annually. And when we are talking about this, we are selling gas cylinders for 1,000 rupees, and even if you consider the 200 rupees subsidy which is being given, it's about 9,600 rupees, sir. For a family which is earning 30,000 rupees, we talk about the below poverty line families, you are claiming that we are giving gas for so many crores of people. I would like to know, like income tax, you have slabs where you say that up to 7 lakhs, we are not going to charge you any income tax.
Honorable member or
Sir,
question.
Sir, question is coming, sir. So I am asking, can you consider giving subsidy for LPG at a much better rate for these BPL families, where it can be given at probably 200 rupees per cylinder for the BPL families, and maybe at a higher rate for higher income groups?
Mantri ji.
Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to, with your permission, draw the attention of the honorable member to the fact that it was precisely because the capacity to pay for families which are termed as BPL or below poverty line that the Ujjwala scheme was introduced. The Ujjwala scheme, sir, when it was introduced, initially it had 8 crore connections, and these 8 crore connections were provided a good 7 or 8 months before the time. We reissued another 1 crore 60 lakh cylinders under the Ujjwala scheme, where the lady member of the household is presented free of cost a cooking top and a cylinder. Now, during the course of the pandemic, sir, when economic activity had come to a grinding halt at one stage, and then it was slow, and the families who are in the below poverty line categorization were the most severely affected, the government gave 3 cylinders free of cost to those BPL families. Sir, insofar as prices are concerned, I should like to submit through you, sir, to the House, that we import 60% or thereabouts, perhaps even more sometimes, of our requirements, we have to import them. The import price, sir, is linked to what is called the Saudi CP or the Saudi contract price. And the interesting thing is that the Saudi contract price during the last 2 years or so, if we have to use this as a reference period, sir, it has gone up from 250 per metric tons per $250 per metric ton to something like $900 per metric ton. Today also I think it is around $751 per metric ton. Now, if your import bill is determined by the international price, then it is very interesting to analyze what the government did. Because the government is sensitive to the requirements, sir, of the consuming population, particularly, as the honorable member says, to the most vulnerable, we did not allow the cost of domestic LPG to increase. Saudi contract price, sir, went up 333%, and yet the price increased was very small for the domestic thing. In May 2022, precisely as the honorable member states, we introduced a 200...
माननीय मंत्री जी, संक्षिप्त में.
Sir, I would like to complete this.
आपको इजाजत नहीं दी, आप इनका जवाब मत दिया करें. एक बात सुन लें, प्लीज बैठें, प्लीज बैठे मंत्री. कोई भी माननीय मंत्रीगण नीचे बैठे कोई व्यक्ति टिप्पणी करता है तो आप उसका जवाब मत दिया करें. ये लाइन आपको कहीं दे दिया, लेकिन आप उन पर बहस करना चाहते हैं.
उनसे तो सर बहस करना मैं कौन होता हूं, बहस से इतने विद्वान हैं,
हाँ, लेकिन आप चर्चा मत करो।
हैं, तो मैं कौन होता हूं?
मैं जिनको अलाउ करूं उनका जवाब दो आप।
सर, I want to conclude this, that at the end of the day, sir, at a time when the Honorable Prime Minister was providing 3 free meals, dry rations, to a very large segment of our population, even at that stage, we did not allow the price of domestic LPG to go up. Now, at the end of the day, that 200 rupees subsidy, what is a subsidy? It is taxpayers' money. And as the Honorable Member says, the ones who are most vulnerable, we are always ready. Left to this House and the Honorable Prime Minister, it would be ideal if the international or the Saudi contract price could come down from 750 further down. It would enable domestic LPG to be sold at even more economical rates. So I wish to submit this in response to what the Honorable MP has said, and I always stand ready to be able to, I would also be able to provide further
Honorable
details
Member
to all this. Sir.
Supplementary.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I was only trying to reiterate that 33% of a family's income goes towards gas is probably not acceptable, and how it can be alleviated. My next question is, what is the status of your investment in Mozambique, sir, where there is a huge project which is taken by Total, and there are some unrests over there, and if that happens, probably gas can be made a lot more cheaper in India. So I would like to know what is the status of the project which is happening in Mozambique.
Sir, I want to thank the Honorable Member. It is my understanding that at least the context that I have set out and the international situation. Sir, as part of the many initiatives which have been taken during the last several years, import of gas, acquisition of assets outside, increasing domestic production of gas. Sir, I'd like to inform the Honorable Member through you, sir, that last year our domestic production went up by 18%. This year also it's going up 18%. But for an economy which is thriving, where the rate of growth is 6.5% and 7%, where our growth rate, sir, is 3 times the global average. So we have a situation, the more demand for energy is arising on a daily basis. Insofar as the investment in Mozambique is concerned, sir, the Honorable Member has referred to unrest. Sir, there is an issue there. We are in partnership with an international group of companies. He mentioned one of them. And there are local conditions which are of, I would say, I would perhaps call it unrest is too mild a term, but there are issues of dealing with a form of insurgency there. We are in touch with these people, and the project is under what is called force majeure. And the $6 billion investment by Indian companies, we are very confident that due to the negotiations we're having both with government parties and the others, people taking on responsibility, we will find a way and to navigate through this problem so that gas not only from Mozambique but from several other sources where we are getting gas from. And at the end of the day, the international price is determined by a variety of factors. And, you know, one of the analysis I read, sir, was in a few years' time, this will be all a thing of the past because there will be so much gas available. But we have to navigate the next 2 or 3 years through the kind of global situation as it exists today and as it is evolving. Thank you, sir.